discoveries, challenges, personal for you?
It's tough. It's tough. You gotta really, in order to do an honest documentary and a fair documentary and not have it feel like a puff piece or promotional tool in a way, you have to really do a lot of digging, right, on yourself. And you gotta be honest with yourself when you gotta be honest with when you're answering questions and really allow yourself to be vulnerable. And that's something that we took accountability for, as we was doing this documentary. And, I tell the story, the other screenings, this apartment there when Tay is talking about when he found out I was in the hospital, and he has a qualifier in there, right? Because he didn't know, but he was like, I didn't know how dire his situation was. And he says that. Fontaine himself, without anybody else saying, hey man, anything, he said, nah, take that part out. I didn't call. That's all that matters. I didn't call. Take the qualifier out. That shit don't matter. That's the type of honesty we had to have in making this film. And it really makes you do some soul searching as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say as well, I was just gonna add to that, to what Pooh was saying, with all the other interview subjects for the doc, we had questions. We would kind of write, our questions and then send them to Holland and Yo and let them, do they magic on them. But for Pooh and I, for our specific, our interviews, we didn't know. We just sat down in the chair and it was just like, all right, bro, hit me with your best shot. So pretty much everything y'all seeing, that was a real reaction. Like, we didn't know what questions they were gonna ask. We didn't know. We just sat down in the chair, cut the camera on, and it was like, all right, let's go. And the crazy thing about my main interview that I shot it on September 13th, 2022, I think?
Yeah.
So it was like to the date that the minstrel show dropped. And it was, that was one of the things that, like, we didn't plan it. We didn't, it wasn't none of that. It was just like, oh shit, it's September 13th. So yeah, but yeah, it was straight up. We didn't know what we were being asked, and it was on the spot, and yeah, that was how it came out.
And also, all the interviews, Tay and I, we individually watched each interview that was done, except for ours. We always said, I wouldn't watch his, he wouldn't watch mine. Shit, I ain't gonna watch mine. For the specific reason of, I didn't know what he said, he didn't know what I said until we got the first cut of the documentary back. Wow. That was the first time we was hearing what each other said, so to keep that integrity,
Let's go.
Off of that,